Well, hello everyone, and it's Warren here from Warren's Team Talk again. And I hope you're all well. It's a bit of a dismal, dank, horrible day here where I am, but never mind. I hope it's not like that where you are. Anyway, so I hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing. And you'll be glad to know that I've calmed down since that video I put out about sacking Mikel Arteta last night. I still stand by what I said. I want him gone, but I have calmed down a little bit. So I thought I'd do a review of the Liverpool-Arsenal game. I'm not going to keep doing previews and so on and so forth for every time Arsenal play a game because it just takes up too much time and I want to concentrate on other things. Not because I don't care about Arsenal, but because I want to do other things and talk about other stuff to do with football that aren't necessarily all centred around Arsenal. Because I just think there's so many Arsenal channels out there that it's a crowded marketplace. And I want to do something. I want to try and be a little bit different and a little bit, I just did something new and fresh. I don't know if it is or whatnot, but yeah, that's what I want to do. So anyway, enough of that. So what we're going to do today, I am going to review the Liverpool-Arsenal match that took place yesterday. And that should be interesting. And like I say, I'm still very, very angry about it. So don't be surprised if I don't start losing my temper when I'm talking about it. I'm going to try not to use any bad language and so on and so forth, because I know a lot of people don't like that. But I can't help it. I'm just a passionate person. I love my football club and so on and so forth. So anyway, before we start, please put a like on the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. And please make sure that you share the content around. That'd be really, really helpful. Help me to grow my channel and get it out to as many people as possible, because I'm sure a lot of people would like to hear what I've got to say and whatnot, and they're probably not getting the opportunity to know about it because YouTube's not very good at sending out videos for some reason, but still, never mind. Anyway, so let's get on with it. And what we're going to do, we'll start off. So what we're going to do. Yeah, so first of all, we're going to look at the lineup. So Liverpool went for their usual 4-3-3 formation, and Robertson was injured, so Tomasikas came in to replace him. Sorry if I butchered his name. And yeah, but the back four was the usual suspects except for Robertson. And I'm not really sure how long he's going to be out if you're a Liverpool fan. But I watched the Scotland game against Belgium the other night. And he went off with an injury, and it didn't look good. He was playing really well in that game as well. So might be that he's starting to return to form, but I think he's suffering the same as all these other players. I just think who played in the Euros and stuff. Some of these guys haven't had a rest in nearly 2 years. So is it any surprise that they're getting burnt out and they're not performing? They're not robots. They're human beings, and they need to have a rest, like anyone else. So, I'm sorry, but it's not realistic, in my opinion, to expect these peak athletes to perform at the top level like that relentlessly, week in, week out, without so much as a break for nearly 2 years. Is crazy. And then the midfield for Liverpool was Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho, and Thiago Alcantara. And then up front, they had Mo Salah, Diogo Jota, and Sadio Mane. And then Arsenal went with a 4-4-2 formation, which we've been using quite a lot of late. In goal, they went with Aaron Ramsdale, and the back four of Nuno Tavares. And centre-back pairing of Gabriel, Ben White, and Tomiyasu, and then the midfield of Emil Smith-Rowe, Sambi Lokonga, Thomas Partey, and Bukayo Saka. And then they had a front two of Aubameyang and Lacazette. So, yeah, that was the formations. So that was the formations, yeah. So there was some substitutions throughout the game. For Arsenal, Martin Odegaard came on in the 67th minute for Lacazette, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles came on in the 53rd minute for he came on for Sambi Lokonga, and then Mohamed El Neni came on for Thomas Partey in the 84th minute. So, which I found a bit weird, really. Why are you going to take off? I just don't understand why Arteta took off Lacazette and brought on Martin Odegaard. The player has done nothing. He scored a goal against Burnley from a free kick. Other than that, he's really not done anything since he's come back from Madrid. Not that he did anything when he was here on loan either. I don't know why we signed him, to be quite frank. He's weak. He doesn't offer anything going forward. He doesn't offer anything defensively. I just don't see the point of it. It's like playing with 10 men if you're going to put him in the team. And then the other two substitutions, Ainsley Maitland-Niles was the man of the match against Watford and then gets benched. And that's something this manager seems to like to do. Players have man of the match performances and then they get benched the next game. I just don't understand it. He rewards success with punishment. It's just insane. It's insane. I just think the man is clueless. He wouldn't know how to manage a piss up in a brewery, to be quite frank. And this is just another example of his awful man management. And I know that he doesn't like Ainsley. I know for a fact that he doesn't, because I've been told of an incident with Ainsley at the Wimbledon, in the League Cup game with Wimbledon, when he had a stand-up row with him on the touchline by a good friend of mine who was at the match. I've got a chat here from James Dunlop, and he says, "Hi, Warren. Hope you're well, mate. Apart from last night, mate, I'm raging. Absolutely raging. I'm still really, really angry. You can probably hear in the tone of my voice, I'm really angry." James says, "What baffled me was the constant playing from the back where Liverpool kept pressing you into making a mistake." Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. That was crazy. The defense, I think we played really poor defensively last night. Like you said, the passing it around at the back, Liverpool obviously been watching us because we do that a lot. And they knew that if we pressed us, they were going to force us into making errors, and they'd be able to capitalise on it. So why didn't we just hit the ball long, knock it over the top for Aubameyang and Lacazette, and particularly with Lacazette, because he's probably strong enough to hold the ball up and then bring the midfield runners into the game, like Smith-Rowe and Saka and Party and all the rest of them. I just don't get it. I just think I hate this playing the ball out from the back. I just think it's the biggest load of nonsense in a long time. I just don't get it. I don't understand why it makes any sense to do that. I just think it's really, really dangerous. I mean, I don't know about you, James, but when I was at school, when we were being coached to play football, we got told, one of the first things we got taught was don't play the ball across the penalty area. And Taib's here in the chat. He's saying, hi, Warren, laugh out loud. Mate, you said to me, please, have a meltdown if Arsenal lose. And you've got your wish, mate, because I'm having a meltdown. And Taib says, hi, James, my bro. And James Donlop says, it could be worse. Look at my club. We're losing 2-0 to Man City, and we have yet another injury. Damari Gray, Mashiri and Brands are slowly getting us closer to relegation with the mess we are in. Oh, my God, mate, I'm sorry. Jesus, I should be grateful for small mercies, I suppose. But, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, and there's not very long gone, is there? Was it I think it's 2:30 kickoff, wasn't it? Let's have a quick look. I'm just pulling it up, the BBC Sport website. Let's see what's going on. So it looks like Nathan Ackey's just come on from Americ Laporte. So in PSG, they're playing PSG in the week, and they're saying that he's thinking about the game ahead during the week in the Champions League. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, mate, I'm sorry to see that. I can't see Benitez lasting the season. Mate, if this continues, he's going to be made the scapegoat. And then some other poor bugger will go in there and have an impossible job as well. And hopefully it won't be me. Everton are in turmoil. It needs sorting out quick, says Taib. Yeah, and the only way that's going to get sorted out is if the Everton board get their finger out and address the issues that we keep talking about, i.e. the lack of squad depth and the issue about the mentality. But the mentality isn't going to change quickly. It's going to take a while to sort that out. Yet the squad depth could get sorted out in January, and it might not be that difficult to sort out. But sorting out the mentality is amongst the whole squad is going to be difficult. It's not going to be a quick fix. It isn't. It's just not possible. And James Dunlop says we are Taib, and we have the Merseyside derby coming up in a couple of weeks. Oh my good God! God help you. And then Taib says, James, I feel sorry for you lot, to be honest. And James says, cheers, Taib. I've been used to the shite Everton produced for ages. Last time we were good was under David Moyes. Do you bet he's a quality manager, mate? That's the thing. And James, yeah, agree, bro. Moyes is an underrated manager. He is underrated, and he got really badly treated at United, in my opinion. And I think he was used. So, yeah. So this Arsenal match yesterday, I was going on about the substitutions and, like with 5 minutes to go and we're losing heavily, What does Mikel Arteta do? He brings on Ainsley. He brings on El Neni for Thomas Partey. What's the point of that? What is the point? I just don't get that. A defensive substitution with 5 minutes to go when you're getting absolutely slapped. I just don't understand that. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the man is absolutely clueless. I wouldn't trust him to go down the road and buy a bottle of milk, let alone manage a football team. So anyway, the match stats throughout the game, Liverpool had 19 shots, 9 of which were on target. And Arsenal had a measly 5 shots and 3 on target. Liverpool had 63% possession and Arsenal had 37%. Liverpool made 639 passes, Arsenal 384. The pass accuracy from Liverpool was 88%. Arsenal's was 80%. And the rest of them I'm not really going to go through because I just don't think it's that relevant, to be honest. And there you go. There was the highlight of the afternoon for me when Jurgen Klopp nearly decked Mikel Arteta, and I wish he had done, to be quite honest, because there's nothing to give me greater pleasure than being able to deck that fraud. Taib says, James, yeah, agree, bro. Moyes is an underrated manager. And James Dunlop says, on last night, Liverpool didn't have to get out of second gear. Ramsdale once again stood out for you guys. He did, but I don't agree with you about Liverpool not being having to get out of second gear. I think they were probably in 10th gear and didn't have to go any higher than that. We were dog shit. I'm sorry. I've heard all these people saying about how well we did for 20 minutes, half an hour at the start of the game. Really? And how threatening were we in those 20 minutes? How many chances did we create? How much on the back foot did we have, Liverpool? Liverpool weren't bothered at all. We didn't put a finger on them. Honestly, it's an absolute shambles. The man, it just went back to what it was like in the first 3 games of the season when we played Chelsea, Man City and Brentford, and we got slapped in every single game. It just shows that this man is not the man for the job. He's not competent to be a top-level manager. He should be managing in the National League or in the Spanish League somewhere, in the Spanish Division B or something like that. Not the third biggest team in English football. It's a joke. And Taib Hussain says, whilst other teams get proper manager, Arsenal are stuck with a Mickey Mouse manager. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Mikel Mouse. Exactly. Look at him. He looks like a bloody mouse as well. Mikel Mouse. That's what I'm going to start calling him. Mikel Mouse. Windy Miller. Honestly, he's useless. James Donald says 3-0 Man City now. Moshori out, Brands out, Kenwright out. Mate, I feel your pain, bruv. I really do. It's an absolute bloody nightmare. Why have our clubs just so crap? That's what I want to know. And look at this, the tail of the tape there. Liverpool beat Arsenal yesterday by 4-0. First goal came in the 39th minute from Sadio Mane. To make it 1-0 in the 39th minute, like I say. He out-jumped both our centre-backs, had a free header. No one tried to block his run. And he's not a big guy either. So I just don't understand how he was able to ghost in like that and get a free header. And then Jota danced around our defence to make it 2-0 13 minutes later. Then in the 73rd minute, Salah made it 3-0. And then 4 minutes later, Minamino made it 4-0. James Dunlop said, this is why I never, ever banter other clubs because my club is shite and has been for ages. yeah, mate, I feel sorry for you. I really do. But it's just not acceptable, is it? Do you know what I mean? At least have a bloody go and try. You know. Now I made some notes. I'm just going to quickly. I'm just going to quickly go through some notes that I made when I was watching the game. So the I don't know if you all saw, but there was a scrap yesterday on the touchline between Mikel Arteta and Jurgen Klopp. And what seemed to spark that was when Mane elbowed Tomiyasu in the face. Now, the thing is, Mane's got a bit of a history of elbowing people. He did it to Kieran Tierney last season as well, and he seems to be able to get away with that. I mean, if that was an Arsenal player, I'm sure that there'd be calls for them to be deported, or they would be on a bloody 10-game suspension or stuff like that. So how he's able to get away with it, I've got no idea. And I'm going to defend Mikel Arteta a little bit. And the only time you'll hear me doing it is because he had the temerity to have a go at Jurgen Klopp. Like it caused a massive ruckus, and I'm sorry, but I think he was right. I think Mane gets away with this far too easily. I can't stand the fella, to be honest. I think he's a cheat, and I think he's a thug, and he gets away with it far too often. And then, but the thing is, Mane scored a really good goal. His goal that he scored, he did really well. He snuck in. Someone should have at least tried to stop him and put a challenge on him, or blocked his run and make it difficult for him to get on the end of the cross. But no one did. It was a free header, and I want to know why we were so weak and poor at the back for that. And then that scrap between Arteta and Klopp, to me, it was more like a bloody fight you'd see in a pub on a Saturday night. Like Mikel Arteta jumping up and down like one of these pavement scrappers, or whatever they call them. And Taib says, Warren, after the top managers have done their time in the Premier League, do you think the Premier League will go down to mediocrity in terms of managerial appointments? Not all the time that the money's in the Premier League, mate. No, I don't think it will, because there will be other top managers coming up through the ranks, and they will take their place. And, the likes of Ten Hag, or whoever else is doing really well in Europe, they're going to earn their spurs over in other leagues and then come to the Premier League and whatnot. So all the time that the money's being pumped into the Premier League, I don't think it's going to change, to be quite frank, mate. Jane Stonlop says, that's the angriest I've seen Arteta since he got sent off a few times for us years ago. Yeah, mate, he's just... I don't know what to say about him. I wish he showed the same passion with his management. I just think he's clueless. And Taib says, James Arteta is a twat anyway, laugh out loud. And James says, laugh out loud, Taib. And full-time, Man City 3, Everton 0, not a shock at all. I'm not even angry, just expected it. But that's really sad, isn't it, that you expected it? But, mate, at least you didn't get absolutely humiliated like we did when we went there. Like 5 or 6 or, something like that. But, there was obviously a big problem at Everton, and it needs to be sorted out. And I wouldn't be surprised if by Christmas, if this continues, that Rafa's not sacked. I really would not be surprised at all. So, and then Liverpool's second goal, that really angered me because Tavares, he made a back pass and he didn't even look to see where he was making the back pass to. I don't know if he was trying to be clever or what it was, but he didn't look, and it went straight to Jota, and it was reminding me of Granit Xhaka because that's the sort of nonsense that he would have done. The third goal, Mane raced away from Benjamin White. He left him eating his dirt really and accelerated away from him. And that's supposedly a £50 million defender. And he needs to do better. You can't be outpaced if you're a £50 million defender. And it just shows that we were really badly overpaid for this fella. And then the fourth goal, that was just a joke. Liverpool just cut through us like a knife through butter. There were no challenges on anyone, and I don't know if they were scared of giving away a penalty or what it was, but it was pathetic. And when Arsenal did have possession of the ball, it didn't seem to me they had any idea about what to do with the ball, and we weren't thinking or looking. We had no idea about how to get into space to receive the ball from our colleagues, or they weren't looking for empty space. And yet again, there wasn't enough movement off the ball. And that to me is quite damning because it just shows that, either they're not bothered, they don't care, or they're so scared to think for themselves that they're getting it drummed out of them, that he wants them to be like robots. Either way, it's damning and it's quite worrying, to be fair. And then Ian Wright, on Match of the Day, he said, well, I'm not too displeased by that performance. How can you sit there and say that you're not too displeased? We got absolutely destroyed yet again. So far this season, we played Man City, we played Liverpool, and we played Chelsea. The games against Man City and Liverpool were both away. We lost one game 5-0. We lost the game at Liverpool 4-0. And we lost the game against Chelsea 2-0. So we've conceded 11 and scored none in 3 games against the top 3 of the top 4 sides in the country. I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable in anyone's book. Taib says, hi, Warren, we will lose to Newcastle. Just wait till next Saturday. Laugh out loud. Mate, I can see it. I could see it. If it's at St James's Park, I'll be really worried about it, to be frank. I'm not sure where it is, though. Also, where was the leadership from Arsenal yesterday? Aubameyang, like I've said, should have been sold in the summer when he signed his contract. Mate, Aubameyang's done. It was a big mistake not to get rid of him. We should have sold him and got someone else in. Taib says Ian Wrong laugh out. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, but I think that's disgusting. That's just not acceptable. James Dunlop says, don't forget some of the players are still young and they need help and guidance from experience. Not bail out those experienced players who underperform all the time. 100%, James. And there is no leadership in that team. It's seriously lacking. There is a young side. And what should be happening is that the young players like Saka and Smith-Rowe and Tomiyasu and Ben White and some of these other ones should be being brought on near the end of games, like 20, 25 minutes to go, when the game's won, just so they could get a few minutes to build up their experience, or, getting an odd game here and there. Not being the mainstays of the team, and for the team to be riding off their backs and them to be the main players in the team and dragging the team through on their own. That's not the way it should be working. It should be the other way round. And the McManus sense comes in with the chat. Afternoon, Warren, 4-0. I called it. We're so crap. I didn't expect to win, but getting slapped like we did just shows how many problems are still at the club. Trust the process. Mate, 100%, mate. It just shows that nothing has improved since the first game of the season for me. We were shit then and we're shit now. The difference is that unbeaten run papered over a lot of cracks, because those teams we played on that unbeaten run were teams that we should have been beating anyway. I'm sorry, but we should have done. No disrespect to those teams, but we should have been beating them anyway. So, to me, it just shows that the club is in a mess and nothing has changed since the third game of the season. And he has to go. It's as simple as that. And I fully expected this to happen yesterday. I predicted a 3-0 defeat. The only thing I got wrong was the fact it was 4 rather than 3. And McManus sense we'll go nowhere under this manager. 100%, mate. There is no way in the world that Arsenal will ever win a title with Mikel Arteta at the helm. It's just not going to happen. And I'll tell you another thing. Mikel Arteta will never win a league title or a championship, or a Champions League while he's a manager of any club anywhere in the world. And to be honest with you, I don't think he'll get a top job anywhere after this fiasco at Arsenal. Because you look, any big club that's got a managerial vacancy, how many times do you hear stories about Mikel Arteta being linked to the job? You don't, do you? And there's a reason for that. So now there's something else I want to show you. This is the Premier League table. Chelsea are top, Liverpool are second, Man City are third, West Ham are fourth, and Arsenal sitting fifth, and Wolves are sixth. Now, that's not what I wanted to show you, though, but let's look at this. Chelsea have scored 26. Chelsea have scored 30 goals. Liverpool scored 35. Man City have scored 22. West Ham have scored 23. And Arsenal have scored 13. So there you go. So Arsenal have scored just over a third of the goals that Liverpool have. They've scored under double what Man City, half of what Chelsea have, and 10 less than what West Ham have. So they've obviously got a problem with scoring goals. And then the goals that we've conceded. Now, bear in mind that our bloody Arsenal fans keep saying how he's fixed the defence. Chelsea have conceded 4. We've conceded 17. Liverpool conceded 11. We've conceded 17. Man City have conceded 6. We've conceded 17. So, he's doing really well with that defence, isn't he? And then, right, this here shows the amount of possession we've had in every game this season, then the amounts of shots that we've conceded, and the amount of shots on target that we've conceded. Now, I'm not going to go through all of it, but let's pick out the games against the top side. So against Chelsea, which was at the Emirates, we conceded 22 shots, 5 of which were on target. Against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, we conceded 25 shots, 10 were on target. And then yesterday against Liverpool, we conceded 19 shots and conceded 9 shots on target. So it just goes to prove my point that things haven't improved. And against Brighton, we conceded 21 shots, right? Now, you look at the possession stats, right? Against Chelsea, we had 35% possession. Against Manchester City, we had 20% possession. And yesterday against Liverpool, we had 37%. So it just shows you, again, it's another more proof, if any was needed, that we haven't improved. So for me, if this Arsenal board have got any balls, he'll be sacked. He really will, because, you know, it's just not acceptable. I'm sorry, but it isn't. And Ty says, Warren, do you remember when Arteta walked through the doors? He was walking around like he knew what he was doing because he came from working with Pep. Laugh out loud. Yeah, and I remember that first press conference. And I got really excited because of the way he was talking. But I never wanted him in the first place. I didn't. I kept saying, well, what experience has he got? And just because he sat next to Pep doesn't mean that he's going to be any good. And I remember saying to my physio at the time, I remember saying to him, look, I could come here and sit with you for a year next to you, watching you, but it doesn't mean that I'm suddenly going to become a good physiotherapist, does it? So, yeah, it's absolute nonsense. Knowing our board, we might give Arteta the job if he leaves Arsenal in the future. I laugh out loud. We could do a swap for Rafa and Arteta. I know which one I'd rather have, that's for sure. James Dunlop says, Man City are up to second now after their win today. Well, fair play to them, mate. And James Dunlop says, them stats are shocking. They are shocking. And yesterday I sent a message to Terry on Instagram saying, so far this season, we lost 5-0 at Man City. We lost 4-0 at Liverpool. We lost 2-0 at home to Chelsea. So what now, Terry? What do we do? What's the excuse? It's time that you woke up and smelt the coffee, mate. The McManus sense. Cronkies are to blame for this. Got rid of Wenger, brought in Emery, who had a good first season, sacked him and brought in a bloke that has no managerial experience at all. Wouldn't happen anywhere else. Yeah, exactly. And what other multi-million pound business do you know that would make the chief exec give the job of a chief exec to someone with absolutely no experience whatsoever? It's insanity. Honestly, it's like the lunatics taking over the asylum. It is insane. And if Rafa goes, I'll give the job to Duncan Ferguson. Mate, I think you could do worse, definitely. But the thing is, I don't think whoever gets the job, it's not going to solve the problem for me. From what you've told me about what's going on at Everton and what I've seen, the manager isn't the problem, it's the board. They really need to sort themselves out, because until that's sorted out, nothing is going to change. And then Ty Hussein says, Big Dunk would be a good job. He seems to have something about him as a manager. I tell you what, Ty, he certainly had something about him as a player as well. Jesus Christ, I wouldn't mess with him. I tell you what, It'd either kill or cure the problem with the mentality, that's for sure. James Dunlop says, don't forget Terry was the only one who wanted Arteta. Obviously, that's his opinion, but most of the fans never wanted him, like until his first press conference. I didn't want him. And when I heard that first press conference, I got a bit excited and I thought, yeah, maybe I was wrong about it. But then after that, I thought, no, I don't think I am, when I saw some of the performances and what have you. So, yeah, no, I just think he's been a disaster from day one, and I wouldn't have given him the job in the first place. It would, the man of sense says it'd be like me giving my kid the keys to my car. Absolutely, mate. It would be insane. I mean, put it this way. If you wanted someone to come in and paint your house, right, or to tile your bathroom, would you let someone loose on it to do the job who'd never ever done it before? Or would you allow someone to operate on one of your family who'd never done an operation before in their life? You wouldn't, would you? So why are you going to let someone like Mikel Arteta loose on Arsenal? James Dunlop says 100% Warren, completely agree. Thank you, mate. And Taib was saying the only one that wanted Arteta was his missus. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, so anyway, before we go any further, anyone who's watching this who hasn't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please put a like on the video, and please make sure that you share the content around. That'd be absolutely superb if you could do that for me. And thanks very much for watching. And we're nearly finished now, so I'm gonna do a few more comments and then I'll wrap it up. James Dunlop says, I wouldn't trust my two brothers doing construction work in their house. Laugh out loud. Mate, I wouldn't trust anyone who had no experience doing anything. Less bloody running a football club, that's for sure. And the McManus sense, when Arteta gave that first press conference, I thought, let's see if he does what he said he would. So far, he hasn't. All he's done is turn our club into a laughing stock. Absolutely, McManus. The thing is with him, it's all PR, all marketing. The thing is, Arsenal Football Club, all it is PR, marketing, PR, marketing. It's all BS. All of it. It's all bullshit. I'm telling you. They're not interested in being successful on the pitch. They're not. All they're interested in is this. That's all they're interested in. That's why I never buy any merch from them. That's why you never see me with any up-to-date Arsenal merchandise. I've got an old Arsenal shirt. I think it's from the 1970s. But other than that, I haven't got any merch because I just refuse to fund them. Arteta was a construction worker once. He drilled his missus 4 times. Laughed out loud. Oh dear, oh Lord. Yeah, exactly. Right, so I just want to big up the Claude, the GoonerClaude Trust. Basically, what the GoonerClaude Trust is, for those of you who don't know, is it's a trust set up in the name of Claude. It's set up in the name of Claude in his memory to help give opportunities to people, disadvantaged people who wouldn't have the opportunity to go and watch matches at Arsenal. The GoonerClaude Trust managed to get seats in the platinum membership area of the Emirates Stadium, which is the top level of seats that you can get at the ground. And for example, they recently made sure that a young laddie could go to watch Arsenal with his mum, whose dad recently died, and I think there was something to do with cancer with the poor kid as well. I mean, it's an awful story. And so please go and check them out, and make sure you subscribe to the Claude and the Bansta's channel, because they financially support the GoonerClaude Trust, and a proportion of all their money that they make from their YouTube activities goes to the GoonerClaude Trust. And their channel, by the way, the Claude and the Bansta's channel, is absolutely superb. You've got two guys on it, Terry and Diesel, who present it. And when the two of them are on stream together, they just go at each other like cat and dog. It's absolutely hilarious. And also go and check out some of these other channels as well. There's the old school Gunner, 3 Pointers TV, Arsenal Alex, and DrawnByDre. They're all excellent YouTube channels, all do excellent content. So yeah, you won't be disappointed if you like watching stuff to do with Arsenal on YouTube. Great entertainment and great guys. So please go and check them out. All the links for all these things are in the description of the video. I've also put a description for a YouTube channel, YouTube video that's got highlights of the Arsenal and Liverpool game from yesterday. So go and check that out. And if you're watching this on playback, please put your comments in the comments section of the video about what you thought about yesterday's game, and what you thought about my assessment of it, and what you thought about my comments. I'd be really interested to hear what you think. And if you disagree with me, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to come at you. That's your opinion, and I'd love to hear it. And maybe you could help me change my opinion. But there you go. So, yeah, go and check it out, and please put a comment in the video and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. Anyway, so let's just quickly see if there's any more comments. James has come in, said, same with Man United. Their owners are not interested in success. Yes, they've sacked Ollie, but not one fan trusts them making a suitable appointment. No, I don't trust them either. James Dunlop says, rest in peace, Claude. Absolute legend. He was a legend. He really was, and a lovely, lovely guy. I never had the opportunity to meet him. But yeah, top man. I loved his content on YouTube, and I loved listening to him talking about Arsenal and football in general. Top man. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, and share the content around. Also, have a great rest of your day. And also, more importantly than any of that, please make sure you look after yourselves. Make sure you stay safe and well. And please remember to keep sharing some love and friendship around the world. And also, what was the other thing I was going to say? I was going to try and say something else nice, but I can't even remember what it is now. Yeah, just be nice to each other, and yeah, keep talking. That was it. Keep talking, and because this is what this channel's all about. So take care of yourselves, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all really soon. And thanks very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And Jane says, cheers, Warren. Take care, mate. See you all soon, guys. Cheers. Take care, mate. Thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to the McManus Sense, to James Dunlop, to Taib Hussain, and I think that's about it. I don't think there's been anyone else, but thank you all of you. Thanks very much. You're all legends in my eyes. I love talking to you all, and have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks a lot. Take care for now. Bye.